to the Download Youth Ministry web show. This is episode 230. We are live here from Nashville. Doug Fields here with my friend Matt McGill, Josh Griffin, who is the host but isn't,
I sure am.
and Jana, who is sitting in for Katie. But here's the deal. Jana is not sitting in for Katie. Jana is, who's a rewinder? Allison's a rewinder, meaning she didn't start with episode 0 but went back and rewound. You know Jana, right? Jana was on, of 230 episodes, you were on over 120 or so. Kara, my friend Kara's in the back. If Kara lived in Orange County, we would beg her. She'd say, "No, I can't. I'm a PhD. I can't actually be with you types of people." But
I've actually heard her say that before.
No.
She was looking directly at Matt.
Kara would be unbelievable on this show. We would raise the level of this show. But Kara, we started back when it was the Simply Youth Ministry show, and we had a graphic artist, and her name was Natalie. Natalie grew up.
Are you talking just to Kara right now?
Well, I'm talking to everyone.
Okay, because you said her name at the beginning of that.
Because Kara's my friend.
Okay.
And Natalie was the graphic artist, and it was me and Josh and Matt that were out to lunch, and we said we should start a podcast. And then we went back to the office, and Natalie was there, and we said, "Natalie, you grew up, your dad was a pastor, you were in a youth group, you don't know much about youth ministry, but you are so fun." And so she was on the show for how many episodes?
5,000.
It was a solid 30.
Oh, I think it might have even been more than that.
Yeah, it was like a half a year, and then we realized that it was time to resign her. And we begged Jana to be on, and Jana was on for several years. This show has been going on for about 5 or 6 years. We do it almost every week. It's been in my garage for a long time. We've just moved it into a new office. My friend Fadi in the back there, you can't see if you're watching or listening on iTunes, but Fadi is a businessman in the area. He's a friend of mine. He's letting us move into his office.
I like to think of him as a friend of ours, but I'm okay.
I know, you
keep
come
thinking
friends.
that.
You can't just claim Fadi. He's our friend too.
No, he's not.
Well, wait. So Doug's got Kara and Fadi? I'll take Jim. My friend Jim and I were hanging out.
Well,
the other
here's
day.
the deal. We've been doing this for 6 years, and the last year we went off the air for like a year because
a year?
No, like a month. Because we left Simply Youth Ministry and we couldn't afford the show anymore, and so we said, let's get sponsors. And so we actually have our original sponsors that have been with us for a long time, and we said we need to introduce them because we always talk about them, we talk about their stuff, but we now get put the name behind the face. So Les from Youth Ministry 360, come on up. Give him a big hand, Les from Youth Ministry 360. And Les, pitch Youth Ministry 360. First of all, tell us, how do we do representing?
Pitch it like you're on Shark Tank.
You guys do a really good job. Yeah, we love the podcast. We love everything that it stands for, and as an organization that's committed to equipping you guys with biblically solid resources, good, fresh, new content. We love getting it to you guys so you can talk about it. And you know, we have people from all over the country tell us that they find us through watching the podcast.
Awesome. You shouldn't have told us that. We're going to raise the prices. Okay, what question? $25 a month.
We're grandfathered in, aren't we? Right?
Yeah, your grandfather. Which, by the way, I got to talk to you that I can't believe he dropped the ball. We're not in your magazine now.
Yeah.
That
insider information.
Okay, I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, tell me one thing you love about what you do.
One thing I love. Youth ministry means so much to me because I'm really a product of youth ministry. My youth pastor is my best friend today. He's been doing this 37 years.
I wish I could say that.
So. There's so many things in my life I can look at and just, youth ministry is just so crucial in my faith journey. So I love every day I get to get up and just focus on serving youth pastors.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we tell people all the time that Youth Ministry 360 does incredible things. They have a great blog, not as good as ours, but their products are better than ours.
Absolutely.
So anyway, Youth Ministry 360, and thank you for your support. We love having you part of it. They're one of our sponsors. And if you are a regular fan of the show, you need to support Youth Ministry 360. Doug Franklin, who's our newest best friend, because Doug, come on up from Leader Treks. They're another one of our sponsors. And
Is it our best friend or just your friend?
well, no. Well, it is our best friend. You should be your best friend because you were writing the student leadership material. And
We got so many complaints on it that we had to beef it up a
At
little
the
bit.
Download Youth Ministry, we have 8 products that we put out a month, and one of them.
How many people are members? Do the DYI membership?
All right, so a lot of you. That's great. Well, you know that when we first started, we started doing our own student leadership stuff, and we sat around one day and we went, why are we doing this when Doug Franklin is so much better than us? So we asked him, we said, would you create a resource for Download Youth Ministry? And he was gracious enough to say yes. And this is Doug Franklin, who we talk about all the time on the show, who we're all lusting after his retreat, the refresh retreat. Because we always talk about the refuel retreat, refuel, and we all want to go to it. And isn't one of yours 2 years
Yeah,
back?
they just got back.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Doug Franklin, tell us about Leader Treks.
Oh, Leader Treks is all about student leadership development, from experiences to resources to helping youth pastors develop as leaders. We just have a passion to see people lead, and we think that when students lead their youth ministries better.
That's right.
And so we just love developing student leaders.
That's great. Well, you guys do a great job. You create incredible products, and we're thrilled to partner with you. Jana and I have watched you guys up close because you worked at one of our student leadership conferences
Big
that we
fun,
do,
big fun.
and we're so creative and blew us away
I
with
was kind of
that.
wondering why you haven't asked it back.
They're pretty expensive. No, they actually came for free to serve us. They have a servant's heart, as we've seen with them doing Download Youth Ministry. So thank you for serving the Download Youth Ministry community every month by cranking out great student leadership. You know, those of you that have seen it, it's robust. It's a student leadership program every month, and if you don't have a student leadership program, what we've said is give it to a couple key kids and let them do it on their own, begin to develop student leaders. So,
For sure.
Anyway, leadertreks.org.
Yep. Thank you so much.
How's their blog compared to ours?
Theirs is a little better than ours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not as good as Les's Youth Ministry 360. No, I'm sure Les's Youth Ministry 360 and these guys combined, right? Didn't you guys combine?
Yeah, we did.
For like the best idea ever.
D-Now Online, helping youth workers do a great D-Now, an exceptional D-Now, where we give them the material and they can actually shoot it right out to their small group leaders. They don't have to mail it out. It goes right out with a password. The small group leader gets on, does all the studying. They get all the outlines for the large group times. It makes for just a really great D-Now. Real simple, real easy to use, and great content.
Yeah, it is great. And I told you guys at the beginning I'm jealous that we weren't cut into that, because that was one of those ideas where like, dang, I wish I had thought of that. It's really good.
Les and Andy thought of it. They do an awesome job.
Yeah, they just brought you in for the eye candy.
That's right. Well, mostly my wife.
Well, Doug Franklin from Leader Treks. Thank you. From Azusa Pacific University, our great sponsor that is actually sponsoring our dinner tomorrow night. This is my youth pastor, my mentor, my friend, Dr. Jim Byrne.
My friend.
My friend too.
I actually like these guys better than I like
I
you know, and Jana, to have Jana up here.
I know, it feels
That's a big
legendary.
deal. Some of you don't realize this, but that's a big deal. Okay?
Yeah.
She's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
She is.
Yeah. Besides Kathy Fields in the back, which I know you can't show the little thing, she kind of ran your life and in some ways still.
No, Jana still runs.
I understand.
Yeah, Jana. We do the student leadership conference together, and
I know.
I don't even like to return her calls because when I do, I get bossed around.
Oh, shit.
That's how I feel about you. Because I get bossed around.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever told you you have cute legs?
No, thank you.
But Jim,
Josh really has cute
look at
legs.
his.
Calf.
Josh, stand up. We can do
Turn
this. This is
around.
family. Look at these calves.
He's a calf model.
These are like world-class calves.
Yes.
Wait,
Parker, can you
on your
zoom
toe.
in?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Any women are having a lust problem right now?
Anybody.
Just look at Matt and then you'll be okay.
That's right.
Matt, you know I love you.
I feel the love.
Jim, talk about Homeward and APU.
Yes. Homeward is an organization that actually started a long time ago where we helped youth workers kind of figure things out. But as we've kind of moved toward helping families succeed, and we do 4 things. strong marriages, confident parents, empowered kids, and healthy leaders. And I will do that for the rest of my life. And actually those 4 phrases actually came from Doug, who also works with Homeward, among other things that he does. And one of the things that Doug and I do is we work at Azusa Pacific, and we've created a master's program. And it's in youth and family ministry, and it's really cool because you don't have to move to Azusa. You can actually come for a week and take classes from folks like Doug and myself. This year it's Doug, in May, it's Doug and I are teaching Foundations on Youth Ministry, and then the next week is Walt Mueller. And our dream was actually to have people like Duffy Robbins teach discipleship, Megan Hutchison teach pastoral counseling of youth, and have people come and hang out with us for a week. I mean, we go out to dinners, we just have a great time. And then you do the rest online, the theology stuff. So it's a really good degree. I mean, APU is a great place to go. And we would love to invite any of you that are thinking about getting a master's to come out to APU and consider something like that. We've got a lot of people right now kind of in the line, kind of thinking and wondering if this is the thing that they want to do. And anyway, it's an exciting part of what happens both through Homeward and through APU, and it's fun to get to do with that. We've been trying to get Matt and Josh to.
Is there any seminary classes on how to do a podcast?
No, maybe you could teach that, and we'll give you a deal.
Tell Jim, because Jim doesn't.
Do you know Al?
Jim doesn't listen to our podcast. But tell about your one seminary class.
Oh, I started seminary, but I've got 26 units. I should have a few more because I actually flunked one of my classes. So there you go, evangelism and discipleship. True story. I mean, it's a little bit longer than that.
A nice thing about you.
I
too.
know.
I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that.
It hurts. Yes, you did write a very nice thing, and thank you for that.
I love it.
It hurts for me to not tell the whole story, but we're just going to leave that how it is.
Yeah.
We only have an hour.
Yeah, seriously.
That's great. Well, thank you, Jim.
Yes,
And those of you who
thank you
are
for doing what you all do.
Absolutely.
And you guys, you're the best. And actually, ever so often, I'm a podcast.
Tune in for a little bit.
Every so often, like,
Stalkers.
That's kind of how Jana was on Instagram
This
for
generation
years
is
and tweets.
stalkers.
She would just stalk us.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah,
She never
anyway,
posted
I do
anything
that,
personal.
and you guys are great.
Hey, Jim, will you find out the guy's name behind you?
Right here.
Yeah.
Andrew Benson.
Andrew, that's Andrew Benson, everybody.
Andrew.
Member of the show.
That's right. Here's the deal.
He's there to catch you if you fall.
I might fall.
He's kind of blocked
I am
out
so
between
nervous
you two,
about
and I
falling.
didn't even know he was there, and I just kind of saw him, and I thought, oh, that kind of scared me a little bit.
Well, I just bring an entourage with me wherever I go.
Exactly.
Ever since I introduced Mike Burnett.
Anyway, those are our sponsors, DYM members. If you are a DYM member, we have a dinner reception dessert tomorrow night. We'd love to have you there and see Parker in the booth for RSVP.
Yeah, and if you're not a member, become a member.
Yeah. All right, so one of the things we do is people write in questions, and we talk about some questions.
Let's give something away.
All right, here's the stuff we have to give away. Youth Ministry 360, let's see what they got. They got a bunch of stuff. Did you see my tweet about this? I got in the mail, very impressive. Devotions on Old Testament and New Testament, 7 practices for teaching the Bible to teenagers, and new, which...
It's not really a new resource anymore, but it's been around for a while.
How many of these do we have in our garage?
I think we've given away a lot.
We have given away a lot.
Yeah,
And every time
I
Josh
would
would
say
steal
less
some for
than-
his own.
I use them in my ministry. Don't worry about
All
it.
right, believers. So let's give new to who?
Here it is. Stephen Cox,
Bobby,
youth minister
Bobby, we
from
need you
East
run-
Wind Christian Church. Stephen, where are you?
He was outside smoking break.
It's so great. Let's still give it to you.
Or finding the...
One of my favorite things is throwing things at Foddy and watching him kind of run for it.
Bonnie's not going to be your friend for long.
What else?
Russell Martin wins the next prize.
Russell, Youth Ministry 360, Devotions, New Testament.
Good cat.
Allison Williams.
Allison.
Youth minister from...
Another Youth Ministry 360 devotion. Now we're moving to the Old Testament.
Here we go.
Did you flunk any Old Testament classes?
No, I did not flunk Old Testament.
Zach Maniaus.
Manus.
That'll work.
Manus. Manus.
Andrew the sound guy. No, wait, no.
Perfect.
God, very funny.
Dave Campbell, I am a DYM member. Cough, cough. All right, good job, Dave. All right.
All right.
All right, we'll end there for now.
That's great. We can pause. Let's go to some questions. These have actually come in right now from you guys. So,
Wow.
Josh, what's your favorite meal at Waffle House?
Favorite meal at Waffle House?
Have you been
is-
to Waffle House?
I have. I enjoy the hash browns, smothered, covered, and chunked. That's right. I know my Waffle House people. I know.
Sounds like I have the flu.
If you order the hash browns at Waffle House,
Smothered in what?
smothered, covered, and chunked.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, I can't explain it to you. You just have to go to Waffle House and order it smothered, covered, and chunked.
All right, here's another one that came in just now. Hey, you guys, my condolence, Matt, I'm being canned. And to Lady Jana, I'm a DYM member, so thank you for that. I guess it wasn't a question. Matt, here's another one. Matt, sorry you got canned. For the 6 of you that are
You
in
know
here,
that we've been doing this for the last year?
No.
Yeah, 100 episodes we've been saying.
Yeah.
Every email starts with Matt. Sorry.
here's
that's
how
the
you
only
get to
way.
the top of the list. You get to the top of the list by saying you're a DYM member. And you get to the top of the list by saying, Matt, sorry you got canned. Should we stop that at this show?
I mean, here's the deal. It doesn't bother me,
It
but
doesn't.
I think that it doesn't. But some people think they feel sorry for me.
Not the people that write in.
No. I had one guy send me an email a couple weeks ago, and he just said, "Hey, I just want you to know I'm sorry that we always say that." You know,
Yeah.
It was very funny.
People do have a heart. Explain what the people going into that workshop today said.
Oh, it was super funny. So, the 2 buddies, one guy walks up and he's in the room next door, and his buddy's in your guys' workshop, which I was in. And buddy A says, "Hey, so who's teaching your workshop?" And it's like, "Oh, Josh and Doug and some other guy. I don't know who it is." And then the guy A says, "Oh, is it some guy they make fun of all the time?" He says, "Yeah. Oh, that's Matt."
So wait, you went from being the future of the church to being canned.
Yeah, see, since you've been gone, everything's really
Yeah,
gone.
when I was here, you were the future of the church.
Yeah, Jana used to live in Southern California with us. For those who don't know, we're all like best friends, hang out together, do the show together. And there's our executive producer, Yanni.
Morning, Seth.
What about our second executive producer that we forgot to mention?
You forgot to mention.
No, you did too.
No, you were
together.
making introductions.
Oh.
Jana fell outside of God's will and moved from where we live in Orange County to Seattle, and so we don't really talk to her as much. So we had to replace her, and we replaced her with Katie,
Still
who's
talking
the
to
junior
her.
high pastor at Josh's church, and
She's been amazing.
she does a
She
great
is
job.
great.
But Jana brings something special. It's good to have her back.
Jana just brings a lot of experience. She's the one that can shut Matt up. Jana has a lot of youth ministry wisdom. She's a great mom.
Yeah, she squawks on occasion.
Yeah, she
Sometimes
does.
she's just like, "Oh, my ears, they're bleeding."
Nobody's listening anymore. Let's move on.
All right, let's give away some more stuff.
Okay.
Travis Reynolds. Let's give away Jim's book.
Oh yeah, this is a great
How
one.
God Makes Babies.
I just used this about 6
It's
months
interesting.
ago.
Yeah, Travis was just asking
With
me
my
that
children.
before, so that's
It
good.
was
Okay,
great.
Travis Reynolds. Where are Travis
I really
Reynolds?
did.
Travis, there you are. Hey, tell the story
Hey, do you
about.
have kids? I just want to know. Okay.
Tell the story
Yeah,
about
if you
using
don't
that.
have kids.
Tell the story about using that.
I'll show you how.
Using the book?
Yeah.
it was great. My wife, who is a little bit, Jim, I shouldn't tell the story, but why not, right? I told Jim this a couple months ago. I picked him up at the airport and thanking him profusely for the book. I can't tell this
Tell the story.
I'm interested.
No, come on.
Everyone's still
If
listening.
Doug says you can tell the story.
Whoa, there's an image from that book. That's
Oh, it's
keep
crazy.
that
My
close.
wife. So this book is for. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it? It's. I think it's either 5 to 9 or 6 to 9.
6 to 9.
6 to 9 years old. And so my wife looks at it, and my kids, my oldest 2 kids are 12 years old and 11 years old. And my wife, like, she was looking at it, and she's, had sex before still, with a red face, and just totally like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're going to talk about this with Max and Mark. I'm like, Mish, I've been wanting to talk about this since they were like 2 years old, but you've been holding me back. Now that we got this book, we have, look at the book, we're already 2 years too late. It's 4 years old, 5 years old to 9 years old, and so, we're behind the times. So we go upstairs, and I'm reading it to my 2 boys, and it is great. They are giggling so much, and they're into it. And I'm serious, but I'm also silly. I kind of just like the podcast. And there's one line that says, don't, no one else should look or touch your private parts, or I can't remember the line, but look or touch was the punchline for sure. Because Max, my oldest, he just lost it for look and touch. He was laughing. It took forever. But there's also some great pictures in there, and so on.
Wow, man.
Oh yeah, this is is great. You should buy this book, just even for your youth ministry. You're trying to pull it back in. That's the part you wanted me to tell.
No, I didn't. Here's the deal. In the exhibit hall,
all control of
for
the
those of
show.
you that have little kids, in the exhibit hall at the Homeward booth, Jim, who is a sexpert, he's got purity books for teenagers all the way down to like 4-year-olds, and Matt used this stuff.
Matt learned a lot with that book. That's
Matt, somebody texted, Matt, it's okay, I failed my college yoga class. Who's that? Who failed their college yoga class? Right there.
Who hasn't failed a college yoga class? Come on.
That's great.
I said yogurt at first. So I was like, you just keep eating.
Matt, sorry you got canned. Can you guys share your best youth ministry fail story? Youth ministry.
I called Mark Burnett and Mike Burnett in an interview about 8 minutes ago.
The most famous executive producer in television.
No big deal.
I'll tell you, my most recent one was trying to say the word kindergarten today.
Yeah, he did. That was a great fail in front of a couple hundred people. Instead of kindergarten, what did you say? It doesn't even rhyme. It's not even close. It's just.
Yeah, I said.
You were in the session. Did you hear it? I just heard it. You heard it. Wow.
I mean, it's really embarrassing. But yeah, should I say it? Or are you telling me?
No, we'll have to bleep it out again.
We'll have to edit. I'll be the fourth edit on the show.
Accident.
It was an accident. I accidentally said kinderqueer. And I don't know why.
It's not even like.
It doesn't even make sense.
It's not a slip of the tongue. It's not
And
an
I wasn't
it's
talking
just-
about human sexuality. I mean, it was just.
He was flipping through that book, and he was
Yeah,
like,
I was like,
"So when you kinderqueer."
the last chapter.
The first 2 years of youth ministry, what were you talking about?
Kindergarten
Kindergarten?
year.
All right.
Maybe kindergarten year.
Okay, all right,
That
kinderqueer.
makes sense.
That could happen.
I think it's
Yeah. Anyway,
well, you said it behind. I didn't even hear myself say it, mostly because I'm so pure that I just. You said behind me. I'm trying to do the lesson or whatever, and I hear you say kinderqueer, and I'm like, dude, what are you saying that for? you said it.
We were
And
enjoying
my
it.
face got really red and embarrassed. I mean, what? You know.
Jana, what about you? What's a ministry
I don't-
fail?
So many. I don't know that.
Oh, I'll tell you one.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah, here's the deal. We were all in Mexico.
Oh, golly.
It's beautiful. So we're all in Mexico on a mission trip, and everyone stays in tents, and it's a beautiful thing. And there's a bazillion tents this way and a bazillion tents that way, and every tent looks the same because really, who even cares about tents or being outside? And so Jana goes to the tent that she thinks is hers, and one of the interns is in there. And you know, we're in Mexico for a week, so there's
We
not a
haven't
lot of
showered in
showers. In fact, you know, we really don't take a shower, and so you bring a lot of wet naps. And so this poor intern, who we've known since he was in 8th grade, this poor, sweet, young.
I can't look up.
I
right
know
now.
you can't. Look up. So she walks in there, and he has given himself a wet nap bath, but it's down below. He is totally naked, and he is just cleaning out all the crevices. And so Jana walks in there, and she.
You are so red, Jana. You are so
But
bright
Jana
red.
has the only proper response. We both grew up in Tustin, which is the greatest city in the world. I'm very sorry that none of you have been there, probably. But the only proper response when we are clearly wrong, the response is not to apologize, but to get very pissed at the other person. And so that is what she did. She starts
I am
yelling at Andy.
So mad.
You know, what are you
My
doing in
tent.
my tent?
Why are you doing that in my tent?
Yeah, why are you doing that?
Do that.
Beautiful. That's so far over the line, isn't it?
No, that's not over the line. That's youth ministry
Yeah,
fails.
love it.
Josh, what about you?
We got a whole bunch of them. The contact lens one's an easy
yeah.
one, but I'm gonna go with a different one. We were a brand new bus driver. We're heading on our way up to Grand Rapids. I was youth pastor in Michigan, and we were on our way up there. Had a bright, this beautiful blue kind of prison bus that our church used, and so we're going up there, and a brand new bus driver. A mom in our ministry got her whatever CDL driver's license. She's driving for us, first time ever. She drives up there.
Commercial driver's license.
There it is. She pulls into the parking lot, doesn't see the big yellow cone, like this big concrete barrier, and so she hits it and scrapes the whole side of the van all the way down with these bright yellow pinstripes. And I was like, oh, this is terrible. You got to back up. She throws it in reverse, doesn't see the one on the other side, hits it, and puts matching yellow pinstripes down the other side of the bus.
It's the Holy Spirit.
Amen. And then on the way home, we hit a deer with the bus too. So
So how was that your mistake?
That's just a good story.
You have to. I want Burns to.
No, I can't.
You need to tell your.
I
contact.
just told two horrible stories.
We were playing a game. I was speaking at a conference. All these churches got together. There's literally 1,000 kids at this. I'm speaking, whatever. So I'm emceeing this game, having a blast. We're having a great time. And we're playing this game called Search and Seizure, where you bring up an item to the person. So I call out an item, whatever, a wallet, and someone brings up a wallet and they win a prize. So I come up with this idea that the student who comes up with the prize, like they bring up the wallet, now they get to call out the next item. I'm thinking, this is genius. Keys, piece of gum, a shoe. Yeah, I'm a genius. This is awesome. So they're paying me. I'm going to let the students run the game. Yes. So this
always looking for a free ride.
Speaking of that, I've been wanting that book for a while. So this person comes up and they call out the next item. The student calls the next item, and he says something or whatever. She says something like, "Bring up a," and there's this pause, and she says, "contact." And in my mind, I was going, "Contact? Okay, good." I thought she said condom. And so in my mind, I'm just going, wow, that would have been
sensitive camp.
Yeah, it would have been. This is crazy. Whew. So contact lens, no big deal. Crisis averted. So this girl runs up, pulls a contact lens out of her eye, and puts it in my hand. Wins the prize. Crowd goes crazy. And I'm like, how are you going to get that contact back in your eye? And she says, well, I'm going to put it in my mouth. And I said, you're going to put a condom in your mouth? I have. Yeah, you can sit down, sir. I know you have
getting paid hearing your story.
Seriously.
I know. I was
like you were possessed.
So, I don't even know I've said it, because I was thinking it.
Yeah, you were thinking contact.
I was thinking kindergarten, and I said kinderqueer. And so... they had already paid me for the event. I finished the game, somehow recovered. I did two things. One, I walked right down off the stage and I handed the director of the event the check, and I said, "No, I'm so sorry." And he said, "No, you're fine. It was really funny and whatever." And I was like, "Oh, thank goodness." And then, do you remember this guy on YouTube who said, like,
take that back.
Instead of pitch, you're tense, he said something else and he became this YouTube sensation and everyone just like kills him for it? I walked back to the sound booth, ejected the CD, ejected the DVD, snapped them both, and then went back and had very great the rest of the conference.
Smart.
So I can tell the story, it's funny, but if you saw it on YouTube, it would not be funny.
Yeah.
So, there it is.
I mean,
hashtag YMFail. There you go.
Did you just hashtag while you're talking?
I did. There it is. Hashtagged it.
All right, you want to give some more? You want to give some more books out?
Okay.
Josh,
What's that?
Want to give some more books out?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Pay attention here.
This is The Ultimate Guide to Being a Christian in College by Jeff Baxter, and it goes...
And that is at the U Specialties bookstore upstairs.
It is. Andrew Yackel. Andrew Yackel.
Get a
Congratulations.
prize for that last name.
This is,
I don't know why that caught me off guard. That was bad pizza.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. 10-minute talks, 24 messages your students will love. This is from Jonathan McKee, again, YS Bookstore. And this goes to
Jeff Polk. Jeff Polk. Oh. Congratulations. Very good.
Jeff Polk. I recognize that name. Are you a DYM member?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm the one who corrects all the mistakes on the website.
Oh, you're that
There
guy.
are a lot of corrects.
We need it. That is funny. Every time, I love people like you because your life is just so hard because everything you look at is imperfect and you just have
especially
no peace.
Matt,
And I love that.
how many times have I corrected your spelling?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. Matt's maybe the worst. He's very intelligent. Matt is a very, very smart.
It's like you're reassuring everyone. I promise you.
Matt is smart, but he's the worst speller.
But to be fair,
Spelling's not
you two are like, I mean, because you're like the master editor and he's like the worst speller. So that's like a bad.
I think it's great. Words are just temporary idea holders. As long as you understand what it's about.
And that's the show, everybody. Temporary idea holders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here, give a prize
What
to...
else is a word? Do you have a better definition for it? You're out. You're out. That quick, you're out.
Yeah.
This is a youth workers commentary on the Book of James. Youth workers commentary on the Book of James. Again, a youth specialties product
The
goes to.
Spirit has led me to pick out Sarah Reynolds.
Don't give this to anyone who struggles with guilt.
You want me to take that one back?
Yeah,
Just a little James.
All right, here we go. Oh, let's get two
talk sheets. Again, you Specialties came up big with books. YM360 is a little cheap.
Hey, you talked about this guy.
High
Terry
school and middle school talk sheets.
Goes to
50 ready-to-use discussions on the life of Christ.
Amanda Brown. Amanda Brown. Congratulations. That was a lot of excitement back there.
That's great. Here's a question that just came in. Jana, what's the best thing about moving to Seattle?
Oh,
Coffee.
yeah,
No
coffee's
podcast?
pretty good. No podcast is awesome. I get to do ministry with new friends up there, so a new set of friends. You guys.
Yeah, that
Wow.
kind of
I was going to say, what's the best part about Jana being in Seattle? Jana's in Seattle. That's what it is.
That was like the ugly face.
I know. I was hurt.
I was like Mean Girls or something. Good job.
Well, you guys made me real vulnerable with my contact condom story. So.
Hey, somebody just sent in, would anyone trust Matt to babysit their kids? Who wrote that? That's actually funny. Nicely done. I'm going to give you a book.
I got 5 of them. Of course
7
I
best
babysit.
practices for teaching teenagers the Bible
babysit all
from
the time.
YM360.
YM360 showing up big.
He babysits his own kids all the time.
That's right.
Hey, tell Burns. I keep telling Burns about all the things that we talk about. Tell me, Burns has written a bunch of books on parenting and marriage and a whole bit. Tell him your parenting book.
These won't be funny.
This will be funny.
Yeah. So maybe you and I could write this together, but I have a book idea that I want to call Parenting from the Couch, Maximum Control Without Sacrificing Your Comfort. It'll be a little bit part autobiography, part it'll be great. So yeah. I think it's good.
Feels right.
Now, how many times Matt babysat our kids?
Oh, we don't talk about that.
Matt,
Gumbridge was babysitting.
Yeah, this is
I
an
was just
apocryphal
there.
story.
Hey, baby, how old was it? Tori?
No, it was Cody.
It was Cody.
Cody, how old was he?
He was like 1 year.
Okay, so Cody's 22 now. So Matt, so Jim was my youth pastor. Met me when I was in 8th grade.
This is not
8th
a
grade
good story.
I was Matt's youth pastor. Met Matt when he was in 9th grade. So we have a long legacy of relationships here.
Right.
Matt,
Lots of grace.
Matt babysat my son.
No, Gumbridge was babysitting. Sorry, don't.
You weren't babysitting?
No, I came over because he
He came
and Megan
over
were
for food.
babysitting.
Okay, so-
Because I left before you guys got there.
Okay, but when we got back, you were there with your best friend, Aaron Guttridge,
Okay.
who went to school with Jana.
Yeah.
We all lived in Tustin, greatest city in the world.
And so we get back, and our son has Sharpie written all over him. That he can't write. So these guys treated my
You
son.
can't take the lid off of it.
Yeah, treated him like an Etch-a-Sketch, and they wrote
He came
all
up
over.
and said, "Write on me."
Oh, he
And
didn't.
Have one.
He did, and I just thought if I'm going to be a good friend and uncle, I'm going to give him what he wants.
Tell people you're lying on that one. Tell people.
That's how I remember the story. Do you think he was only 11 years old?
So anyway, here's the part of it. He had
I
666.
think maybe
He wrote 666 on his forehead. So we get home. Kathy and I go.
I love Satan.
I am the devil's child. Look, I was in college, and there's a level of humor that exists. And when I was younger, there was just not a lot of discernment, and so
666 on the forehead.
I am Satan's child.
Oh my
the
goodness.
devil's child. But it was,
Thank you for clearing that up.
if we're gonna tell a story, might as well.
Yeah, let the record show.
I'm sweating right now. I still feel bad about that.
Yeah.
All right, Jana.
So the answer is no. We would not let
Yeah,
that.
not a chance.
Jana, in what ways do you cultivate and protect your relationship with your spouse and children with all the demands of youth ministry and other commitments?
That's good.
Oh, that is good. I think for us, I was just actually bragging on our church today. I think we are at a church that helps us do that a little bit. We have some really good boundaries as a church staff, so I will say I know that is not the case. We are in a current season where that is the case for us. But one is accountability with other people that are in ministry. My accountability partners here, Neely, we talk a ton about how is our marriage, how are our kids, where are we sacrificing, where do we need to fix things. I was even just saying today, I'm in a season where it's good, but I need to, I know I need to pay attention to a couple of things. And so I would say accountability.
Can you tell us what those things are?
Yeah, it feels like we should share. We're all friends.
No, it's not a bad
I
thing.
assume it's your husband.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. I was just, it's not a bad thing by any means. I was just saying, like, in the next season, I will share. As we were just sharing at a dinner, what is next in our life? What are a couple things we're going to work on next in our life? And one of the things I said is I want to be diligent to making my spouse a priority. And I think he is a priority, but I just think in a different way and in a new way. So there you go.
Jana,
I'll read this book.
I like to. Jim Burns and Kathy wrote a book called Closer, 52 Devotions to Draw Couples Closer
I
Together.
read this book before it was
you
even
did?
published. Yeah.
Oh wow, it's available in the Homeward booth upstairs. Let's give this to somebody.
If your marriage is suffering, Rachel.
No, it's not a Here, you guys, front row couple holding
That was
hands.
so funny. That was
There's 52. The goal is Jim and his wife they wake up at 4 a.m. and they have a quiet time every day. No, I'm not serious. But the idea is to do something together once a week.
I like having quiet times at 4 in the morning. But anyhow, Michael DeHaan. Michael, are you in here? Great. That was supposed to be your prize, but you get nothing now. So sorry about that. I just felt like we needed to share that.
No, that's good.
This is Duffy Robbins' book, Youth Ministry
pain,
Nuts
no
and
gain.
Bolts from Youth Specialties.
All right, way to go, Michael. Good. Look at this guy. He is a professional conference goer. He's printed his name and
Serious.
return address so he can go through the exhibit hall and just go bam, 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 and get all the
Trying to win.
freebies.
Is that you?
Did you really think that? Did you really
It was a booth. It was a booth.
It's a booth.
A booth?
That did it. But a genius idea.
It is.
What do
a
you mean
good
the
issue.
booth did it?
There are booths
One
in
of
the
the
exhibition
booths.
hall,
Yeah.
printing off your name and information.
It's how they get you to sign up for their things
Yeah.
because they get you.
Streamline.
Wow.
Genius.
Just pay
Well, I think
Right, that's-
you want enough. You want enough.
That doesn't seem
I don't
fair.
know what that was. I wrote mine.
Okay. Hey, we also have T-shirts and books and speaking of books, Jana, what's one book since we don't hear from you much?
I know what's going on. I can know.
What's one book, one ministry, one personal development book you would recommend reading in the next 2 months?
Other than Closer.
A personal development book. I actually just did read Circle Makers. It's not a personal development book necessarily,
I
but
don't think there's an S on the end of that.
Circle Maker.
I don't know.
I like that. It was good for me.
Circles maker? Circles makers.
Circles.
It was good.
Circles.
It's Circle Maker.
Circle Maker.
Yeah. Would you guys like to bet on that?
That's what I said.
Feels good. Feels like a bet.
She just held it up. I don't usually bet unless I'm going to win.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
Or you're dead wrong.
You don't bet.
Circle
Maker.
Circle Maker.
All right. Great.
I
How
would,
about
no,
you,
it's good.
Josh?
I would recommend that.
I think for Jana.
Bloom Where You're Planted.
All right, I like that book, okay? H.B. London wrote a book a long time ago called Bloom Where You're Planted. And
For ladies.
No! It's for pastors. And it was about being content.
True or
It was
false? I
about,
only read the preface.
here's the truth. I read about half of it. Couldn't get through the rest of it. I couldn't.
Most
Wait,
influential
but
book
did
of
you
your
like
life.
the
Planted by
happy
that
It
way?
was incredible. I put the book down and said, I've read enough. I'm going to serve this church for years to come. And I did.
What did you say?
Why didn't you finish it?
That's right.
It's just an emotional time for me.
But let's be honest. You
The book was a little longer than I was used to. There were no pictures.
finishing books is kind of hard.
I had
Longer
just
than a blog post.
Yeah, I just finished Jim Burns' kids' book on reproduction, and I was like, "This is
Bloom Where You're Planted."
Bloom. I don't know what's happening here."
You keep throwing names down and not giving
You
people.
poor
Here, look at
people.
this one. This is why. Look at this. This is the nicest business card that has ever been made in youth ministry. So I decided this guy doesn't need anything free
Speaking of
because.
the guy that probably has a bigger budget than most of the people in here combined.
Stop, mogul. All right, who is it? Let's give him or her a prize.
You know what? If they have a good budget, let's give them a 1-minute Bible.
So they'll buy
1-minute Bible for students, available at the Homeward booth.
Read his name.
Stephen Law.
Stephen Law.
Every time I see that PH, I want to say Stephen.
Here's the deal.
Does anybody else want to do that? When they
Josh,
say Stephen spelled without a V?
have you tried out the new Star Wars movie yet?
What? are you talking
No, I have not tried out for the new movie. They just had auditions in Chicago. The one in LA is coming up, and I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to auditions. But I
Okay,
would love to.
here's the deal. I'll give anybody a free year DYM membership. A year DYM membership, which is a $219 value.
Plus or minus nothing. So precise. It's great.
It's
Well, technically, it's priceless.
It's 1 month free. It's an 11-month membership for 12 months. If you can stump Josh with a Star Wars trivia question. Okay?
Oh, look at this.
From the movies. Star Wars from the movies.
From the movies.
Not the books?
No, I don't want to read the books. I only read about half the books anyhow, so.
What was the release date on the next movie?
It is in December 2015.
Do you know the date though?
Well, I don't think-
18th? December 18th.
That's really not of a past movie.
Yeah, that's not a trick.
But it is December 18th.
Does somebody want to take a shot at a Star Wars trivia? You get a year free membership at DYM.
That's crazy.
I know.
What are we doing right now?
How many horns did Darth Maul have on his head?
Oh, that's a good question. 9.
What?
Who else?
Tell the question they can't hear.
Wait, I want to hear from the
Tell the people couldn't hear the question.
Oh, the question was how many horns does Darth Maul have? The answer is 9.
That's really had, because he was cut in half.
And that's half of it. Okay, another question.
What order have I seen the movie?
Okay, here we go.
The question is, what order have I seen the movies in? Not a legitimate for a $219 yearly membership.
No, but let me give it a shot. Just tell me when I start getting it wrong. 6? Got it wrong.
One more question. Go ahead.
How tall is the guy who plays Chewbacca?
How tall is the guy who plays Chewbacca?
That's weird.
Do you know?
Yes, I do. He lives in Granbury, Texas. Which
Oh, wow. What's his name?
I can't remember his name right now.
Peter Mayhew. 7-1. I have his autograph. Wow!
You are unbelievable. You are
Hey, you want a
unbelievable.
t-shirt? Because I just owned you right now.
No, that's not a question.
Do I know where Peter Mayhew
Trailer park, probably.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
If I knew the address, though.
Josh, here's a question that came in. When do you expect the DYM circumcision kit to come back in stock?
It's been very popular, and I think probably in the new year.
Yeah, the reviews on it are excellent.
If you haven't read the reviews of the circumcision kit, we're very proud of this product. Sold out immediately, and we'll give you.
Look, it's got to do with the covenant. It's totally spiritual.
It is.
Circumcision
is in the Bible.
Matt, what's the best way to find a mentor in youth ministry? Who asked that question?
Are we going to serious now?
Who asked that question? Let's
That's a
give
good-
this
that's a
guy
good question.
7 best practices for teaching teenagers the Bible. Again, Youth Ministry 360.
Our book can mentor you.
That's my friend Fadi over there.
My friend.
My friend Fadi.
body.
My Fadi. It's his friend now. All right, Matt, tell us about the mentoring.
I think
That guy's leaving.
The mentoring.
He's leaving.
Yeah.
He was up.
He doesn't get a Star Wars question. What a whiner.
Hold on, I just pulled out
middle finger.
No, that's right. You know what? A lot of people have to go to bed early.
That's
All right. Can't even hear you. Can't even hear you.
Blah, blah, blah,
We're in a
blah.
sound
Told
mode.
your mother what?
Wounded. You know how it feels when one of your students just falls away from God? That's how I feel right now.
Sorry, can't hear you.
Sorry, I can't. We're calling your senior pastor.
Pick another name for new. This is First Steps. Hey, is this your YM360's bestseller?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Oh, it is. That's awesome.
New Believer follow-up book. It's so good. And it goes to John Thompson, the youth and children's pastor.
JT.
JT. Congratulations.
Does anybody call you JT?
Not for a very long time.
I mean, you're a good buddy, so I like to think.
Not for a very long time because you beat him up? Or what? Don't call me that again or I'll beat you up.
Matt, how do you find a mentor?
No, I think that's a good question to actually have the to actually have like the humility to say, man, I don't know it all and I need to learn from somebody else is really great. I think the best thing to do is it really just comes down to asking, to knowing somebody enough to say, hey, I respect you and here's why I respect you. And boy, I would love it. I'd love it if you consider mentoring me. I think that depending I think you want to, you don't want to corner them. The badger that's in the corner will tear your head off, and you don't want that to happen. So what I mean by that in English and not McGill is that I
Try to
think
be funny on that.
no, that's just that was just in my head.
Try to use
Exactly
these
what I saw.
temporary wisdom holders. You can just
But words we all know.
No, is that you don't want to put them on the spot and make it uncomfortable and say, hey, will you mentor me and talk to me for an hour once a day whenever I call? I mean, you don't, that's just creepy, but it's also, you don't want to do that. You don't want to put them on the spot and make it really difficult. I think that you want to give them an out to say, hey, can I, understand what it is that you want and clarify and say, hey, could I talk to you once a month, or could I send you this, or wait, think about what it is that you need and that you want, and then present that in such a way that it's open and something that someone can back out of. I think that it really does come down to really thinking through, like, what is it, what do you think are the gaps or the holes in your life, and to find somebody who's different enough from you that can really help with that. We joke a ton, obviously, but there's huge differences between Fields and I, which is great, and also really the source of lots of things that are fun. But it's a great way. I get so much from Doug that it's just because he's different and he views life differently, and teaches me manners and stuff sometimes. But that's really
It's not
important
working.
thing.
reproduction.
I'm way better than I used. I no longer write The Devil's Child on children, so I would consider huge leaps ahead. But you don't want to have a mentor that's exactly somebody that's exactly like you are. I think that will the benefit there is won't be very much. I think it's okay to have a couple mentors, like people that you would learn from and that you would that you would invest with relationally, and there would be a friendship, and that there would be kind of some mutual exchange where you don't just have to have one mentor and that's it, like in Star Wars, everyone has one whatever.
And then may the force be with you.
Yeah. So, but I think really the biggest thing is to figure out, like, what it is, like, to identify what you want, what your expectations are, what you think you need, and then to go after a person whom you respect enough that you feel like they can make that happen.
Cool. All right. What sound is this?
When Matt makes too long of an answer.
Exactly. All right. Jenny, you have anything to add to that?
No, I would just echo that. Like, I think
If that was a book, I would have read about half of it.
Josh is on tonight. Josh is on.
he had to step up
Typically,
his
here's
game
one
after my
of the things we do after the podcast. We always evaluate Matt afterwards. Like, we never talk beforehand. When anybody starts talking, the line is
Save it for the show.
Yes.
Save it for the show. And then after we're done, we evaluate Matt, because the podcast rises or falls on Matt.
That is so.
No, Matt, you're the star of the show. You just live with that. You're the star of the show. You're the soundbite. You're the crash on the side of the freeway.
Eternal wisdom.
You are that person. And when you're on, it's a good show. When you're off, it's like you can tell you're stressed out, or you had a bad day, or
you got
beat
fired
in the fight, or
Yep.
You need to be
Wait for you
closer.
guys to start carrying some of the weight.
I know.
You're carrying a lot of weight right now, buddy.
Wait, isn't it about time you guys have another contest or something?
Hey, Jana, do you have anything to add to the mentor deal? Because here's what I would add.
I know we've done one question
Typically,
so far.
no, we've done a lot of questions. Typically, what we do is we would go to Jana to clean up Matt's mistake, and so when Jana left, we kind of lost that. But I would say, if you can ask somebody to be a mentor, be specific of what you want. So
Wait,
because
wait a minute.
Wait, you asked me.
You're saying what I just said.
You said that?
Yes. Why you guys were whispering sweet nothings over here.
Here's what I would say is
Say something new.
here's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody I can meet with once a quarter or once a month or something like that. Be very specific about what you want.
Thank you. I love you. So.
He really
Okay,
did say that.
here's what I would say.
Okay, Jana, go.
Here's what I would say. When you see somebody that you respect, that you think, I like what that person has, I like what they're doing in their ministry, I like what they're doing in their marriage, or how they're parenting, whatever, I would go after somebody like that you see something that you respected, but I would also go with some questions prepared so that you're not just asking them to pour into you, but go with some questions. How did you get there? What are you doing? Why are you strategic? How are you strategic about it? What's intentional about it? So go ready to ask questions and not just to sit there and say, pour into you.
Feed me.
That's good.
That's really much.
Somebody, this is a good line. I've been a DYM member for 24 hours. After sitting in this podcast, I'm wondering if I can get my money back. Nicely done. When the best laugh is from the audience, I like that person. Who is that? Who wrote that? Oh, nicely done. That person needs something.
Yes.
Don't go in front of the camera.
Hey, my friend can do whatever he wants.
My friend.
Hey,
Here he is again.
Foddy.
All right, Josh. Somebody asked, Josh, what are you doing to lose weight?
It's a great question. I'm going the old-fashioned way.
It's a great question.
Oh, it's a great question.
Glad you can tell.
Thank you for
Don't
asking.
you think?
I just do calf workouts every day. No, I am going the old-fashioned way. So I'm eating 3 relatively healthy meals and exercising. So I know it's pretty groundbreaking stuff. It's playing a little racquetball. I enjoy that sport, but
I need to find one of the haytails of you.
no, don't play a haytail out loud.
Here's what the haytails of Josh sound.
First of all, here's what haytail is. Haytail is like a walkie-talkie for your phone that no one uses except Fields because he's.
Does anyone use haytail?
He drives me crazy.
Anybody use haytail?
Who knows what haytail
Drives
is?
me
You're like, download Haytel. I'm like, for you to talk to me, that would be the only person that would use it.
Fields is in love with an app that no one uses. That's what it is.
It's the lonely guy.
Please do not say that around Burns. I've been trying to get him on haytail.
No, Jim's a little too far ahead.
Everybody just
He can't go back.
You and I have to talk
Reordering your
afterwards,
private world
Once
around
you
Douglas
move, you
Montgomery
do
Fields.
not answer your phone. You've been discipled
Fields,
by Josh.
wait till you figure out texting. It's going to be crazy. You're going to freak out.
So here's what Josh's haytails sound like. I think we should. He goes on a 3-mile walk
every morning, 3 miles.
So he leaves.
And you're so demanding about the response times that he just does it right away.
That's right. Well, here's the good news. The Xbox
He's
One.
like, are you serious?
The Xbox One comes out today.
Oh, my
and I've lost 43.
Came out yesterday, actually.
43.6 pounds, and I need to lose 44.1 pounds. So I'm actually
You won't play until you're 279.
279, and so I have a
Which is
half
the
a pound.
lowest you've been since I've known you.
Yeah, so I have 8 ounces to go. So I'm hoping to sweat. That's why I'm wearing the sweatshirt all day. So I got to put Xbox when I get home. It's delivered. It was delivered today. Came out today.
Wow.
Came out yesterday.
Hey, let's do this. Let's end, and we have a lot of stuff to give away. Okay. We have. I got a text from Parker. Says, "Do you know how long this is?"
How long is it?
Too long.
He told me when we started. We're pushing an hour. Normally,
We're going to be in heaven for eternity. Surely we could do a 2-hour podcast.
Matt's answer was an hour and a half, so we're long. We're long.
That's true. Okay, Josh, read names.
Okay, here we go.
This
Brother Andrew McIntosh.
Oh, I read his book. Brother Andrew.
Where's Brother Andrew? Is he the guy that left?
Sticky Faith from Specialties.
All right, here we go. Kyle Curry. Kyle,
this is the biggest
he's
book.
over there.
The complete New Testament resource for youth workers.
How can it be complete if it's only that big?
Volume 2. It's the complete
volume 2.
I love it.
Chris Davis, can you explain that?
There's 2 volumes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Davis, who used to be the executive director of our podcast.
That's
but-
true. If you go way back.
That's right. Based on those answers, we had to
Those
let
were
it
good
go.
days, huh?
Jake King. Jake King, you're a winner.
Oh, this looks sweet. This is a good resource.
Jake, you understand understanding sexual identity.
It's called a graphic design.
I was still thinking of how wounded I am by your mean haytail comment.
Circle maker. Mickey.
Where you have
Mickey Taylor. Mickey Taylor, congratulations, you win.
Mickey Taylor, Sticky Faith. Sticky Faith from Foddy.
From Bud. Joe Cown. Joe Cown. There you go, you won, Joe. Great job.
Joe, t-shirt.
Sarah Curry. Sarah, that's probably a wife.
Where's Sarah?
Kyle, who we just called. Or sister or whatever. Cousin, cool.
All right.
Definitely wife, good to know.
Oh, maybe both.
It's Tennessee, not you fill in the blank and laugh. Caitlin Edwards.
You get this, Caitlin.
Wait, Caitlin wins.
Why?
Jana, this is not just a cup.
Okay,
Oh,
Caitlin,
sorry.
you want a T-shirt?
What is that?
We're saving this for the very, very end. Where's
Caitlin?
Caitlin?
There
Sorry,
you go.
Caitlin.
Sorry.
Caitlin is the
What are you
online
sorry
marketing
for?
director for Fathom. FathomDelivers.com. They're a new sponsor right there. Thank you.
Wow.
And finally,
Hey, first of all, before we close it out, let's
Should we just give away a flyer?
ooh, that could
people
hurt.
get hurt.
It's all fun
Leader
and
Treks, Doug Franklin, thank you for being a
Yes,
sponsor.
thank you.
And the problem with you guys being here is you might want to now pull your
The whole
sponsors.
live sponsor.
The live
thing totally
shows,
sucks.
this is what, our fourth live show?
Yeah.
Live shows are not our best show.
This is not our fourth live show.
Well, Matt, let's be honest. Matt's a little off his game today, so that's part of
Well,
it.
you're on. You're on. You're not normally this funny.
Thank you. Hurt people, hurt
No, we've done
usually
4 or
what they say
5.
about me.
How many live shows have we said?
people. No, we've done more than
You
more than
never
4.
find you.
That's what I mean. I'm never the
But our live shows are not our best.
They're different. Yeah, they're different.
Because normally we don't give stuff away. Sometimes we do if sponsors send stuff. Like Youth Ministry 360 used to send us stuff to give away, and they got a little cheap.
Oh, don't try and shame him.
He's my friend. He's my friend.
That's my friend.
Here it is. Grand prize. Tell them what they won.
We have one more shirt.
Okay, sure. Is that the grand prize? Adam Brewer?
Oh,
you want
that
a t-shirt?
Adam,
That's got some of my body sweat on there.
Oh, boy.
Okay, here's the grand prize. You Specialties sponsor. Do you want to say what it is?
Come on, have Chris come up here really quick. Chris.
Let's have Chris give a speech.
Yeah. You Specialties.
Hey, why don't we have Chris, our ex-executive producer, wrestle our current executive producer?
Let's have all three together. He's not our current.
Wait, isn't
he's
it
our
Parker?
Parker's not really executive producer.
He's more of the assistant
Notice
producer.
we all keep moving on.
Yeah.
Oh,
are you
good
in
job,
Seattle?
Chris. You're on tonight.
You know, it's 200 and how many shows, Parker?
30.
Yeah.
Chris is an IT guy, so that was unbelievably funny. Just to put everything in context.
Usually they don't let me out from behind the computer.
That's right. Okay, grand prize.
Our
This has
show's so
a lot of dough connected to this.
Yeah, that is for someone to bring their team to one of our new
Team training
events. So
Should we throw all the cards back in?
And the Frisbee.
No, sorry, no. Oh my God.
No, we should. We should.
Take it away from this
What'd
poor
you
person.
do? Yeah.
That's the one.
No, that's
Okay.
somebody who doesn't have.
So up to 15 people.
Which is up to 15 people, which is $399 value.
It's $1,000 per person.
How do they?
$15,000.
They will come down to see us in the store at the little event area and one of our staff.
And they get a sweet cup with it.
Yeah, well, I needed something to connect the flyer to.
You know, would any of our sponsors like to one-up this gift? Like, would APU like to give a free master's degree?
Free master's degree.
That guy's excited for master.
Come on, come hang with us at Azusa. It'd be a lot of fun. You can come to the live podcast. We need to do a better live podcast with one person in the studio audience. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna end it.
So this goes to.
Wait a minute.
All right, go.
Dramatic pause.
Jared Sorber.
Woo! SLC.
Yeah, Jared's an SL. We almost went to his church.
Come see us down in the store.
And Jared is in Virginia, right? Maryland. Yeah. So we have one nearby.
Is Maryland a city in Virginia?
Huh?
Yeah, Philly's probably the closest.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
So
Yeah. Jana, do you want to tell about student leadership, and then we're done?
Yes, Student Leadership 2014. California and Granger, Indiana. Be there.
It's a 3-day conference
3-day conference.
for your teenagers.
Yes, for student leaders. Even if you do not have student leaders yet, bring a handful of students and let that be the place that starts.
And then if you're a DYM member, what?
What?
You get a student leadership
discount
retreat, student leadership meeting every week.
Oh.
Thanks to Leader.
Yes.
All right. Hey, here's the deal.
Studentleadership.com if you want to get more information.
Yes, thank you.
We love doing the podcast. We love doing the podcast. We like being together. We've always said just enough youth ministry so you don't feel guilty for listening, but we've also said we would do it whether anybody listened or not, because we love each other, we love being together, we like talking youth ministry, and in some ways we've become like an extended staff meeting for people. I talked to a guy, actually I have his email right here, he said, David Diener, Pendleton, Indiana, said he watches, and David, I'm going to read your email in the next podcast.
Oh, sorry, he got canned.
He said at lunch he goes into his office and watches the podcast and eats lunch because he feels like he's at a staff meeting. So that's kind of the heart behind why we do what we do. The live shows, not as much content as we normally do, but thankful to all our sponsors. Thankful for you guys not going to Skit Guys, or you couldn't get in. I don't know what it was. But see you tomorrow night at the DYM member reception if you are one. All right. Blessings.
Thanks you guys so much for being here. Super fun.